Hello, 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 everyone. I hope that you are ready to see some of the silly things that we have found. Um, we're Today's episode is junk embroidery, and Kim and I have both gathered some stuff. They're both different, but yet we have some similarities. So I'm going to start off with showing you what kind of stuff I have gathered. So these are those little curtain ring kind of things that I have either blanket stitched or crocheted around in different threads. This is something I do in the car because it's little and it doesn't make a mess. I have some of my boho beads. These probably won't go in that today, but you never know. This is some wire that I spun wool fibers around. So anyway, we've got some flower beads. I have another one of those wired things. I don't remember how I did it, so I'm gonna have to look that up to see. I got a little blingy button thing. I got shrinky beads that I've made, the like little flowers. I have some wool um, beads or balls. This is a wool bead that I stitched around. I don't know if you can see the stitches, so it's different. I have pencil grips. This was my favorite find of everything that I've got. This is layered felt that oh, come on, camera. There. Um, that I, oh, it only wants to see my hand, guys. This is just layers of felt that I cut, and then I took my scissors and kind of, yeah, messed with them. I got some handmade paper beads, some funky ones. I have a feeling my little embroidery is going to go up and be tall, like so it might set. I don't know. I got this little piece that was sitting in my basket where I set and stitch in the living room. And I don't know, I just played with things and kind of put them together like that. I've got felt circles. I've got more fabric beads. I got bits of lace, more um, pencil grips. Duh. This is a washer that I did that Dorset button, I think is what it's called. I have a little. My husband made me a bunch of these. He took spools and cut them off and made me these little things.
You're a little fuzzy, hun.
I know, and I don't know what to do about that. And just some odds and end beads, a piece of jewelry, a glass button, some shrinky charms, and all of this is kind of just duplicates of the same thing. And then I have my basket right here of other stuff that some of this stuff came out of here. I have behind me my little basket that sits in the living room when I sew, and I have all my threads and stuff and beads in the other section. But now we're going to skip right over to Kim so she can show you what kind of fun stuff she has found.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hi everyone. Welcome to Jean's channel. I have probably 1,000 of these little metal rings. So I've got those. I've got some iron on heat transfer vinyl scraps. I have computer keyboard bits. I have embossed Folger coffee liner things. I've got coffee stir sticks. I chopped up. Okay, I also have this interesting felt stuff. Felt, if it's flannel, it's really, really thick, but it's, anyway, I got that. I chopped up a whole bunch of my drawer liner things that I use for texture. So I've got all these various circly things. I've got strands of this orange gold from a fabric, something that I picked up at the thrift store. I thought it was really cool. I have this black packing stuff. I figured if I cut it into little squares and stitched it down, it could be really cool texture. What else did I grab? I grabbed this. Ron turned me a whole bunch of wooden beads. So I have a fabulous variety of shapes and chunks of wood. Chunks of wood. So I've got those. I have fabric scraps. I have O-rings because my husband was nice enough to share. What else have I got, Jean? I had a whole bunch of other stuff. And, well, of course, I've got bits of crocheting. I've got sequins. I've got buttons and all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to have some fun and just randomly stitch things down in various ways and create something wonderful, I hope. I am using, this is what else is kind of like a found junk. I don't know if it's junk. I've got these rolls of fabric. My friend gave them to me. She's the one that does all my shopping. So it's marked. Anne Laver had originally told me these were napkin blanks. They're sample rolls. I've got orange, I've got purple, I've got pink, I've got this green. I think I've got a blue. Anyway, and they're all different lengths. And
That's green?
That's green. That's like a gray green, sagey green.
Oh, okay. The closer you got it to the camera, the more I could tell that.
Yeah, no, it looks gray. It's one of those colors I detest. So since this is just a play date, I'm going to just figure out how I like to have stuff stitched down and what works for me. And then I'm going to take paint to these and use them for more junk embroideries.
Kim paint?
Yes. What?
I said Kim paint?
No. No.
So I'm starting off with this little canvas in a hoop, and it's already glued in, so there's no edges I got to mess with. And last night when I was putting up my watercolor stuff, I decided that let's just watercolor. So there's some color on there. So I guess we should just get started. I do want to show you that Kim and I had a play day last week thinking of what we were going to use, and I did play around with some ideas. This was just set on the canvas, and these were the little rings that I cut up out of these things. Oh my goodness, that looks purple, doesn't it?
It sure does. Nice, shiny.
It is pink as pink can be.
Uh-huh.
That's weird. Anyway, so, and then I just poured some beads on it. I think that's kind of cool, none of these are in stone, but this one just keeps coming back to my heart. And I think this is kind of the direction I'm going to go. Mine may end up being more of a sculpture.
Mine too. I have no idea what's going to end up happening here. I did mark off so that should I like it, I've got enough room that I can stitch down to slip a rod in it so it could be a wall hanging, because I'm not going to frame it or anything. That way I could hang all kinds of interesting bits and junk off the bottom.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I know I'm starting with is these two little dudes right here. That's a pencil thingy, and I want them standing up. I just think they're so cool because they're kind of rounded on the edges, and yeah.
They're lovely.
Way cool.
Lovely.
Now comes the part of determining what fibers and strings and threads and stuff I want to stitch with.
Yeah. So I've got regular sewing thread to play with. I have twine. When I'm doing those little embroidered hearts on the denim, I use this twine quite often. Of course, I use lots of crochet cotton. I use yarn. So I'm just going to play with a variety of things as well and see. We're just playing. Guys, we're just going to play and have some fun. First of all, I'm going to chop up this stuff. And I know it's very staticky when it's cut. So if you hear me muttering, just know that the air around me is blue. And I will try very hard not to make you listen to it. Oh, it doesn't cut bad at all with scissors. Fun foam, Jean. I have a whack load of fun foam.
Oh, yeah.
See, guys, this is we're making stuff up as we go along. And of course, we are following. No, we were inspired by Jennifer. No, is it Jennifer?
I don't remember.
I don't remember her name either. Um, she's on Instagram. She's a professional embroidery lady, but she uses all the strange bits.
I will find her and make sure I put it in the description when we're done. But I should have done that before, and I apologize.
Look, so you know how when we're doodling, guys, we do a black line? Look, I could do a black line like this so that it looks like it's been doodled. Right? Like that could be fun. Now, I don't know if I don't really need the sides to be sewn down because this is a no, not Jennifer Night Owl. I think it's Jennifer Rose. Oh, I can't remember her name.
Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
Okay. She collects things like bottles and bottle caps, and that's what she uses to embroider down, and she does some incredible embroidery sculpture stuff. I could make a brick wall. Look, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that, I think, to start. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't need to worry about the sides fraying because it's got a sealant on it to stop it from fraying. And I think it might be some sort of linen. Let me see if I can find one with a package on it and I can show you, and maybe you will get a better idea of what it is I've got. All they are, though, is labels. I guess I could make hankies out of them too. They're soft enough that they would make wonderful hankies, handkerchiefs. Okay, so this is the way it comes. It comes on a roll in plastic. All the ones I've got are open. Hi, welcome here. But all it says on is sample. I bet you there's
I can't find it right offhand. Hi, T.
So, yeah, it's just interesting. There's absolutely no other markings on the package. Anyway, I've got this grody gray green thing. You know how much I like that. We'll see if I can find her. Jean, go center stage, and I'll hunt behind. There we go. Thanks, hun.
So I am just sewing on one of my little pencil thingies. I'm going to move that out here so maybe it'll keep us from getting too fuzzy. I was just going to put a couple, like 4 rows of stitching up and down like this. But I like the striped effect it gave, so I'm putting more on there. And I am using a variegated thread. So, of course, it's going to change colors here soon. And some of these threads want to just jump on top of each other. Silly threads. But there is no rhyme or reason to anything I'm doing. I did, like I said, the picture I showed you at the beginning is something that's kind of been in my mind. And the only thing I knew for sure was these little yellow things were going to stand up right here. That was a given to me. I knew it had to be.
Okay, so it's either J Grady Embroidery or at J Grady Embroidery, and that's on IG, I believe. Nope. I think that's YouTube. Okay, so at J Grady Embroidery or on IG, she is Jessica Grady, also known as Jessica underline Rose Stitch.
You're much faster than I am. The problem is I hadn't saved anything by her. Can you believe that? That's weird.
Oh, gee,
I know.
I don't believe it.
Okay, I think that's enough stripes.
Right, and the same kind of thing with cotton, right? If it kind of poofs really fast, it's got some acrylics in it, I think, or it melts.
It melts.
If it melts, it's got acrylic. If it burns, it's cotton. Okay, so I'm going to try stitching these down. Don't know if I want to stitch it with a bead on top. Oh, that could be fun. So I have a Horking Huge needle, and I've got crochet cotton on it. And you know what? I'm going to knot the back. Because if it really comes down to the fact that I'm going to hang it on the wall, I will take another one of those things and sew them together when my sewing machines are fixed. That's right. That's who is our inspiration. I don't know how to copy and paste her thing. It didn't want to play nice. Now, do I want this on the right side, the left side, or right smack dab in the middle? Let's do it on the left side because that's where I started and liked it. I am not using a hoop. I'm one of those. And I am not planning. I am just stitching.
Oh. Well, I am semi-planning and I am using a hoop. Yeah. I don't know. I have trouble holding on to things, I guess, is my thought process.
I probably want to be a little farther in. That's okay. And of course, this actually would end up being hand stitched because it's going to be pretty darn bulky to get in a sewing machine. I want something different on top of them. Like, I'm using the green thread, but I want something interesting for the topper. Thoughts, ideas? I don't know. This is what happens when you don't have a plan. You just haul everything out and then you don't clean it up and you're tripping over it for the next month and a half.
I might as well use up what little threads left on this needle.
Now I can't reach it. Come back.
Well, I have found something out. This little foam stuff is easily stitched through these little grippers.
Oh, nice.
I've hit my needle and went right through it several times.
All right. You know, I probably... But then I still need a bead, right?
I had thought about a bead on top of these little puppies too, but I'm not really sure. That's something I didn't get a bunch of out is beads. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of cute.
That is cute.
Mine's going to be kind of hard to show sometimes. But I'm going to leave it for now. You can always come back and add whatever you want. And I'm going to do like I do a lot when I'm doing my bead embroidery. I come back and I do a few stitches somewhere else in the piece, so I don't have to worry about knots. And here's my little secret stash. This is all thread. Some of it's been cut off from weavings and stuff like that. But I just put all my threads in there because I have made some really cute beads, just throwing them up into a ball.
She has, and then she stitches them, and they are beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if there's one on here. These are all fabric beads that I have made over time. I just kind of strung them all together. I'll pull off if I need them. Otherwise, they'll sit here. So I guess there's not one in there.
All right.
But I have made them.
All right. See, now I didn't like the sequence. Now I'm going to go find something else.
The little flower's kind of cute. No.
Not prepared. Not prepared. Not prepared.
See, this is the hard part. The decision's deciding what you want to put on here. I mean, it's just, I love every little piece that I have found. And I don't know what I want to do. This needs to be further away because there's a lot of yellow. So we need to find something that's not yellow.
I have come back with ball chain, a bowl of pearls, and this funky, shiny ribbon that if you put it on anything other than a piece of paper or something you're not going to wear, it would itch the bejeez out of you and you would launch whatever that piece of clothing was across the room.
Hey, gotta go, Kim. Hang on.
Okay.
Make you big.
Ooh, I'm big.
Well,
here we go. All right. So I know for a fact, though, that needle does not go through these pearls. And I probably should. You know what? Does it matter if the beads all match when I'm done? Probably. So I'm just going to stick this medium-sized pearl through this. And if I'd have thought of that, I would have glued the end of the thread, but to make an agate, but I did not. Oop. Jean didn't check her microphone. Greeting the postman. Do you find that sometimes you're working with small stuff, your hands just say, no, not playing that game today? Anybody got fun plans for the weekend? Now I have a pump going. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Okay, so I've got a pearly bead on that thing. And so then I'm just going to go back through the bead. No, not back through the bead. Back through the black stuff and through the fabric. And I think that that's going to stay on. Look, that's cute. I think it's cute. So then I'm just going to tie a knot on the back because I'm going to run the thread along. But because I do other beading, I was taught that you always tie a knot and then move to the next section just in case one of the threads breaks. The whole thing isn't a lost piece. Oh, yes, Sunday's happy birthday to your daughter for tomorrow. And yeah, Sunday is Feral Artist Week. Oh yeah, and Saturday's also Defy's birthday. Yeah. Okay, so it's tied. It's not really going to go anywhere. So I'm going to just decide where I want the next one. There, ish. Because I kind of want it like a dashed line, right? Maybe I'll go the whole side. I don't know, because I can always come and put stuff in between it after. Oh, it's going through there. Going through there. Oh, and then I have to take it off the needle. See, this is where planning would come in. I could have had a needle with every thread ready to rock at so that I could do the beads, but nope, I did not. That's a white. Yeah, yep. So what else is new? Let me think. I really haven't been doing anything. I was working on some wonky chonky cats. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea. It was something to do. I think it was more a case of if I ever get this stuff scanned and put on Etsy, then there'll be two kind of wonky cats on there. Like the other ones are sitting up, and these ones are crouched down, right? So how are you, Belinda? Did I say hi to everybody here? Anne and Belinda, hi, and Carol, welcome. I thought I saw Bethy and T. And do it yourself all things, welcome. Sherry, hi. Did I miss anyone? I'm sorry if I missed anything. Beth was here briefly. I don't know if she's still here. Yeah. All right. So I thought that I would have a plan to do this. Jean goes like total freestyle all the way. Because I can go freestyle crochet, I can go freestyle paper and paint. This is going to be a challenge for me for something that I actually like. So, yeah. Oh, nice. That's still a lovely birthday celebration. Still a lovely birthday celebration. So, yeah, I've got. And you also have to remember that Ron keeps bringing me stuff. He brought me something really cool when he came in for lunch just before we started. I'll show you as soon as I get this needle through. He he's cleaning out. He's looking for something, put something somewhere safe, can't find it. You know the feeling.
I'm back. Thank you.
Welcome. He found this for me. It's metal. It's decorative, but it's going to make an absolutely lovely stamp this way, or this way I could use on the gel plate without damaging it. This way is a little bit sharper, but it also will make an interesting stamp as an outline for backgrounds. So, yeah, he brought me that because I need stuff. He loves me. And I appreciate everything he brings me. I do. Really. I do. He brought me some wood curls. They're so fragile. I don't know. Oh, see. What would you put wood curls on with, Jean? Would you just glue them down, or
you could, if you punch them correctly, you may be able to put a hole in them. You don't want to punch them exactly with the grain where it'll split them.
This is what I've got.
Oh, wow. That's so pretty, just like that.
Isn't it?
Wouldn't it be wonderful if it's stamped just like that?
Oh, but it's not. Yeah, it's not all level. Yeah, it would be
No,
lovely if it's stamped just like that. But so I've got, and they're thin. Okay. But when you uncurl them, look, you could put them down like this. I just don't know.
you could sew them on with loops of beads.
I could sew them on with loops of beads.
A couple dollars of glue to kind of hold it in place.
Yeah, but
When I
even,
put something big on, I will put some glue under it and then just
yeah,
beat around it.
yeah. But see, just holding it, it's starting to split with the grain. So they're really fragile. Like this,
Yeah,
these would have to go on probably absolutely last because if you smush them, they're just going to crack like this or fold. Oh, they actually fold. No, you get a rough edge and it will tear. But I could probably run a thing of glue. Look, I could do a zigzag. Okay, put that away. They are, Beflan. They are. Thanks. I'm spoiled. Like, seriously. I have stuff. I do. I have stuff. Oh, I could probably spray paint them. I don't know how it would work while they're coiled like that, though. I could dye them, but I wonder if I use dye and glue. I don't know. I don't know. It's another thing that I've got lots of ideas for. I just haven't painted them or done what I need to do. If that makes sense to any of you, thank you. Well, you know what it's like. You get this stuff, you look at it, you come up with all these ideas when you first get it, and you put it away because you find something else that you've got. And is that just me? And then you pull them out again, and then you start getting all these ideas you could do with it. I think it's just me.
probably so. None of us ever get sidetracked.
No.
It's
No.
only you. Sorry I didn't get to mute myself and you had to listen to my dogs.
And then my pump.
But I kind of knew that was going to happen as soon as, because I kind of got sassy. They were supposed to pick that all up yesterday and didn't. And so when my mailman came, I said, hey, we got this that needs picked up. And he took care of it. He called his supervisor, and it was less than an hour when they were back in to fix it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I can complain, but who's going to listen to me?
So we don't
I'm
get
just
picked up at our house.
I'm just really glad y'all didn't have to watch this fat lady run through her house. That had to be hilarious. Okay.
I like the way these look. And I'm just leaving the 3. Yeah, this could be a chunky monkey. Yeah, sidetracked is our middle name. Or squirrel. I could definitely be accused of squirreling upon occasion. A little tight. It's okay. All right. So I've got these down. I like them. Let's snip that.
I had too much stuff out. I can't find what I'm looking for.
I've got too much stuff out. I can't move.
Well, I can move because I have my table area set up to where I can just sit in my chair and wheel around and get what I need. But what's here is starting to work me into my little 12 by 12 area.
I have an idea. She uses a lot of ribbon and things, and she fan folds them like this and does like a needle through so that when they're down, they're facing this way. And she does rows of those. I like that idea. I just don't know where I would put them yet. This is my problem. What goes next?
Yeah, even though I have this picture of what I piddled and played with, I don't want to do it just like that. That was just to see if the components I had were going to work for my ideas, and I really want to make it completely unique, which I suppose it's going to be regardless just with the stuff I have to put on here. But I knew those two yellow ones. There was no doubt in my mind that's where I was starting. And I love them as much as I thought I would.
I think this is going to end up very much like an abstract painting. When I was chatting with Jean earlier, message, and I said, "Oh, I think I'd like to do a series of monsters, like junkyard monsters, embroidered, like junk embroidery monsters." And then I changed my mind. Okay, I would like to use some other thread. Oh, that's boring. Boring. I have this variegated pink thread, and I have, you know what? I'm going to double thread this. Yes, I am. What? Sidetracked squirrel went down the rabbit hole?
Oh, I just love it. I just love listening to you go off on a tangent and find your way back and then get lost again. And
sorry, guys, I'm narrating. This is how my brain doesn't work, but it works. Now, where did I put those? Over here. And then I have this really fugly metallic thread that my sister gave me. She's got one of those fancy dancy embroidery machines. This is nasty. This is a nasty thread. But if you mix it, if you run it along with another thread for hand stitching, it's not that bad. But this is like thin like hair. It's just, ugh.
I think we're going to have to get a different group of beads. Yeah, those are just plain ugly. They'll be fine with something else, but they're not fine for this.
Yeah.
I need the colors.
And I should have painted these, but they were supposed to be painted along with the washers I have sitting in the back 40 waiting to be painted that I never got around to. So we're going to have some really boring colors on here. I'm going to have to add a lot of yarn and things.
I have a feeling once we get really going on this, it's going to fall into place.
I think so.
I keep mixing those ugly ones and the pretty ones. Oh, well.
Trying to thread this needle. Oh, Carol had a trick. She took the thread, and she ran it up the needle in half. Can't even grab the threads. They just, it's that silly metallic thread. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Fold it. Pull it up tight like that. And then you should be able to put it through the needle like magic. Oh, like magic. Look. Oh, Carol, thank you, hon. See, I totally learned something watching her. I think that was last week. Somehow I've lost
your mind. Oh, wait.
Wait, did I ever have one to find? It's on vacation. Well, no, actually, it's like I say, all these gray hairs are my gray matter evacuating. They've had enough of me. So I saw on one of the Facebook groups that I'm part of, people are complaining about YouTube and the amount of commercials in them. I have no idea because I have the premium or prime or whatever it's called. So I don't get commercials. But evidently people can set it up for how many commercials they get, etc., etc. So I was thinking, should I ever be monetized, then I can promise you that I will try really hard to keep the commercials down to a low roar. So I'm just going to kind of whip stitch a couple of stitches and hold it down. Maybe I should have done this in 4 so that, yeah, I probably should have done it 4 strand instead of 2. Yeah, that's really fine. I've got so much crap on my desk. Let me just do a couple more stitches so it's in place, and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. Because it's very thin. Oi. And it knots. Oh, we're going to have fun here. No, we are not. Oh, and my needle entered it. Okay. This is what I was saying. Oh, okay. We're just going to pull that back. Okay, comedy hour, guys. This is private comedy hour. Poor Jean.
I don't know what I want to do.
I know. I had a vision, and okay, so let's thread that needle again. These guys are going to run away and never come back after today. But you know what? Other things can go just so flawlessly and effortlessly. Yeah, something like that. So it's really good for you guys to see me struggle with odd things.
Well, that's the whole concept of our project. This is something we want to do for a little while, a couple weeks or 4 weeks, or
yeah,
maybe this will be our last day. But I think, and I think I can speak for Kim on this, we want you to see you don't have to do things just like everybody else is doing. Be weird, do something different. Who knows? You may find the next fad.
Yeah, just play, guys. Just play, please. Okay, so now I've got all 4. It's not at this end, so it shouldn't come out of that end. Wow, that sounds rude. I have a vision now. And I'm going to be doing this almost like an abstract doodle painting with junk.
Well, you know, I call my bead embroideries bead doodles.
Yeah.
And there will be some of what I do with the bead embroideries in this process too. Because I have a vision. So what I've done so far, I did the pencil grippers, and then that's the silicone-like grippers. It's cut. I just cut in slices. This is a crocheted ring. This is with 2 of that ugly metallic stuff that you'd say is such a pain to work with, which it is. Especially crocheting with it because it's like 60 pieces in one. And so, and then the little piece of lace, it's only about that long. but I gathered it together and stapled it and then stitched it on and then just used these beads that I'm not very fond of. These little wafer things. I'm just not fond of them because they're hard to use
I like those.
with seed beads in between it. So it's got that sequin look.
I like those. Okay, so I got a fugly knot here. That's perfectly fine by me. As I say, I'm not the best at slow stitching. It's more of a play for me for sure. Sorry, I kind of had to move this so that it was closer to my lap. I will be back on screen right away. Just trying to get it so it's not going to slide on me. Guess I could have used some double-sided tape to tack it down until I stitched it down, right? Didn't think of that until now.
I don't know if, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The beads I chose to put on here aren't going over this needle.
Yeah, that was this needle too. That's why I had to take it off to put the beads on. I'm gonna have to do something with these. They want to turn in various directions. I think maybe I'd like to do a whole row, like a satin stitch across this in a solid block of color. So I think I'm going to do one more of these groups of 3 in the middle here. Something like that. This is what when you guys create, how is your thought process? Do you just jump in? Do you plan everything out beforehand? How do you do it? And by watching me and me narrating how I'm doing it, is that very irritating to you? I need to know that too.
Oh my God, it is.
Okay.
No, I'm just teasing.
Try hard to shut that. Okay.
No, we've all gotten used to it. It's you, and we wouldn't expect anything less.
It is me. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, we know that you couldn't stop if you tried.
That's just it. My kids are constantly, and Ron, you're narrating. Are you talking to me? No, no, I'm not. I'm in my own little world, dictating. Is that my rabbit hole? You know what? It could be. It could be that I start and then it just tweaks something else, and there I go. You've seen me. You have seen me. So this is also showing you that you do not need to have $900 worth of beads and other stuff. Yeah, I've got beads and stuff. I've got threads. A lot of it was given to me. Most of it I've picked up at self-help. This was given to me. The vinyl I got at Dollarama because they were selling vinyls for a couple of dollars a package. So that's when I buy stuff, is when I can get a whole bunch at a reasonable price. or I make do with what I've got. Like these are very old, just sewing threads. I'm going to use these as embroidery stuff, right? I'm probably going to couch down some yarns. I've got some very interesting yarns that could add something wild to this. I actually have an idea for that now too. Okay, there I go off again. Shop, shop, shop.
He didn't tell you to shut up. I'm just being a witch. That's all.
Nah. Now I'm gonna. This one has a magnet. Okay, so now you know how I like doing those almost like telephone pole things, right? Where I do a straight line and then two short ones across. You can just a heads up. If you are just cutting a thin strip of vinyl, the piece I had was maybe an inch wide. Anyway, I used my quilting ruler to hold it down to try and cut it into 1/4 inch strips, and it slid, so it's not exactly even. But that's fine too. I'm gonna cut it where I think it went cockeyed.
Oh, come on.
No, I want it down here. I'm gonna build this way across the side.
Why are you being so damn belligerent, Needle?
So what color do you think I should stitch this down with? Red, yellow? You know, I like the yellow. And I'm not sure if that's black or purple. I'm going to need something pretty pokey if I want to go through that vinyl.
Oh, look, I have a little elf that fell in the hole and his legs are sticking up.
They are. That's perfect. Where's Beth? She's good at stories too.
I feel like I'm just encroaching on my own space.
I know. But if I didn't have this stuff right here with... Oh, wait. I've got these. I think I need one of these, like a strip of this, about an inch wide, over the vinyl. Yep, I need that. Maybe under the vinyl. I don't know which one I want. Look, I have a piece. Not wide enough. Right there. I'll use this one.
Yes, it did. And this is funny to me that part of the reason I called my bead embroidery bead doodles is because of this very reason of what I'm doing right now. Every bead embroidery I have has black and white, just like every doodle I have has black and white. It just seems like that must be my popping moment or something. I don't know.
Well, definitely makes your work pop. Nice long piece of yellow. And this is just regular sewing thread. I don't know if I think it's probably a polyester blend. All my labels for my threads are missing. Okay, so this piece here, Because this is a matte metal, do I want it to be shiny or do I want it to be matte? I want it shiny. I want it shiny. See? And that's. Oh, no, no, you can't do that. Okay, I need to put that down. I'll put a double-sided piece of tape under that. Or just a piece of masking tape across till I get to it. That's better. That's better. Look at how far she is. And I'm still like on the. She had a plan, guys. She had a plan. I know
I
that.
sort of did, yes, I will admit. I knew those two yellow things. And then I'm just kind of going with some of the stuff that I wanted to put in here. And I got to get rid of this needle. It's the double-ended needle, and I don't know how many times I've poked myself. I only use this needle in an emergency. And it's an emergency when your needle becomes unthreaded. And you don't want to open the. And this poor needle, I don't know if you can even see that. It's just as curly as possible. And I like it when I need it. I just don't want to use it very long because I poke myself frequently. Okay. I bet I'm going to have to get it back out, though, I'm sure. Because the beads I've chosen. And the reason I've chosen the beads I've chosen is because they're what's handy. And I go with what's close.
Okay, so I had thought that I was going to stitch along this whole thing, but that's not going to work. So I'm just going to do a French knot at this end, and maybe part way down, I will do a different stitch halfway down the vinyl at the bottom.
You know that old commercial? How many licks does it take to get to the end of a
Tootsie Roll?
Tootsie Roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, my part of that goes. How many times does it take to thread a needle?
Oh, yeah. I got needle threaders and other things. Okay. Enough of this. Get off my desk. See, you can't really see that little French knot. That's just fine. And that was an iron-on vinyl. I probably could have ironed it on, but I don't really see the point. And I've got a loop thread. Carol, I see you cringing.
So there's what I've got so far.
Oh, I like it. I like it. See, mine's going to have a lot more negative space.
Oh,
I'm going to do it kind of like a abstract painting kind of thing, like I do.
yes. And I like fill her up.
Yeah. You know, maybe I need it to go that way.
Oh, well, poop. Dag nabbit, I put the needle through on the bottom part of the hoop.
Oh no.
I know. It means I have to unthread a needle again.
Well, seriously, that trick that Carol did where you take the thread and you wrap it around the needle and you rub it a couple of times and make a fold in it and then put it through the eye, it worked really, really well for that stupid stuff that I was using. Oh. Okay, stick you there. Ish. And I didn't put a knot at the end of the thread. Well, this isn't going the way I'd planned. Sorry, guys. You know how it goes. I know you know. This is seriously going to be the comedy show of crafting today. Okay, so again, put it there. There ish. And I want it here.
Mine has turned into more of a bead embroidery with just some dimension and stuffs.
Cool. Mine will be an abstract when I am done. Totally and completely. Now, my great idea was if I do another French knot here to tack it down, then I can take all this stuff and I could do like a, yeah, like that. See that? Like that.
Oh, the first bead hit the floor. That's quite a while for me.
Yeah, I know that one. Well, that French knot turned out nicer than the other one. The comedic crafter show, yeah, it very well could be.
I think I hate thread.
You hate thread?
Yeah,
I'm
just
on the
being a
screen.
real pain in the,
Okay, so I've got this. Now I'm thinking that on this part, if I take like a skewer or something like this, put it under and do a loop, and then do another French knot, and then do it over and over and over, then I could have like a little bubbly thing. It's not quite big enough. A skewer is not quite big enough. What about a pencil? Oh, yeah. Look. Got to give it enough play. About like that. About like that. Lost it.
the mailman was smart. I mean, they sent somebody specifically for pickup
Yeah,
rather than just the mailman himself. And he backed into the driveway and he did it in no time flat. I was very impressed.
that's awesome.
You know, it's hard to get open the eye of a big eye needle when it's not a big eye needle.
Oh,
Oh,
We're having a day.
Yeah, and I can't find my big eye needle now.
I decided I wanted two little things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There you are, hiding.
I'm gonna have to put another French knot. Maybe I'll do French knots all the way down that piece. No. Okay.
Yeah, my thread's fraying. Yep, knew it was going to break.
Oh no.
So now I go and finally get the needle on, and I have not very much thread to accomplish what I had hoped for.
Oh, it went under the vinyl. That is annoying.
I'm beginning to think this wasn't a very good idea.
No. It's a great idea. I just because it still has the plastic on for when you're ironing it down. The vinyl's behind it.
Uh-huh.
I went between the vinyl and the plastic,
Oh.
and it's gonna just have to stay like that. You're stuck just the way you are. No.
This has to be boring for anyone watching me. Just pick up beads with a needle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Nope, because it's wrapped around my sister. Look, guys, don't have all this crap on your desk either when you're doing it. I need another piece of masking tape.
It's kind of hard not to have some of this because you don't know what you're going to need till you need it.
Yeah.
So maybe this is one of those making a plan.
Yeah.
At least a color scheme, maybe. Something like that. I mean, then again, how does that work for somebody like me whose color scheme is always all colors?
Yeah. And for me, because you never know what color I'm actually going to use, because I have zero color sense.
Make it a little better. I'll put these things back in the tray. I got out just to do this. Actually, I'm enjoying this. Even though it's kind of annoying and I poked my finger with that silly needle. But I'm liking the outcome for the most part. Come on. See, that was a circle punched out of an index file folder separator thing. the Dollar Tree, and then I folded it in fourths, and then I tacked it down and put a little loop of beads inside of it.
I like it.
I do too. Actually, I'm kind of liking this, even though it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
I'm still kind of liking it.
me too. Oh, what are you doing? Golly. Yeah, I've got I have pattern stuff and I have non-pattern. When I paint, I don't necessarily have a pattern. I make it up as I go along. That's why I can't do landscapes.
I do have one tip for anybody that does decide to try this.
Don't.
Um, make sure that if you have a bead mat or something that you normally bead on, put it down to work on. Things won't roll off your desk and you won't fight. I mean, I can't pick these up off of here very well because they just don't have the flexibility of a bead mat. So that would be a tip for whatever it's worth.
Oy. Ouch. That was my finger. Should get my Kevlar gloves out from carving. Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see what happens here. I might come over back and put buttons on top of these. In fact, I probably will. Or beads or something because just because. I think it would be a very good idea. This is not doing what I need it to. Go away. You like cheap wool pads for your beads?
When I worked at the bead store, of course, we always had bead trays and we had all that. But if we had a big class, especially kids, washcloths, they were wonderful.
Yeah, I bet.
So there I am so far. I feel like I've worked on this for hours
Uh-huh. I know.
and I have a 50-cent piece, but I like it. See, it's a creature now. Here's the eyes. There's their tuft of hair sticking their tongue out.
She said no monsters. You told me probably don't do that.
It's not a monster.
It's
It's
not a monster. It's a creature.
it's a happy creature.
A happy creature.
It'll change. We all know that. It's going to
We
change.
do know that.
It's time to put some bigger stuff on here. That's all I can say.
I'm not on screen. You guys aren't yelling at me.
See, and I really want to set these tall beads up too. But I'm not sure if I want to go that far. Because if you have these tall beads, you can't hang it on the wall. Unless you got a lot of them. And I could maybe do a lot of them. But I don't think that's what I want either.
Okay. Now, that almost looks like a key with those scribbly things at the bottom. But I'm not sure now that I've done them that I like them. We'll cut them back. Just like that. Cut them back. Yep. Well, that one's attached to the needle. And the masking tape now, evidently. A paint tray for separate beads. That could be cool. Are you thinking like a palette? One of those little plastic palettes, Sherry? Jean actually has some wonderful felt things for individual beads that she uses. Have one handy, Jean?
I don't think so. I think they're in the other room. I have some plastic ones too.
Anyway, it's a strip of felt with little circles in it. And you can put various beads in each of the little circles. And Jean says they're great. Right, Jean?
Yep. Okay, I have got to change something. I need a non-needle.
A non-needle needle?
A non-needle process right now. I don't know what that is. But this yarn's got to go on there, one of the two. I've had it for so long and never done a single thing with it.
Oh, that's pretty. I've got some yarn that I've never done anything with that I was thinking of throwing on here. But so far I'm using like metals and darks. And it's fuzzy pink pom-poms. Oh. That one hurt. We got blood. Nope. Through there. Yeah, I don't know. I never do the same kinds of things. I usually just dump them in a lid, all the beads that I'm using, like if I'm doing one of my embroidered hearts. Doesn't want to play. This vinyl, you need to use it in like a square. Thin strips of it are cool. I'm struggling. It's probably just me, but
I'm sitting here thinking maybe I should get some glue out, make little components and glue them on, then come back and stitch them.
yeah, that would probably work good. Hey, Dana, nice to see you. We are making things up as we go along, turning the air blue, and well, around us, not necessarily on air. Yeah, it almost looks like a strap, piece of metal strapping. I'll hold mine up right away. Just not in the back of this. We are doing junk embroidery, which means we went digging through our stuff and found stuff that hasn't been used in forever or don't know what the heck we're doing with it. Or stuff that should actually go in the garbage, but hasn't made it there yet. So I've got these metal rings. I don't know if they're gaskets or what they are. So I used a metal ring. I stitched it down with some couple of different threads. This is that black spongy packing stuff. This stuff, right? So I cut some. What I'm working on is almost like an acrylic painting. The word has totally left my head. Abstract painting kind of thing. So I've got a little bit of leftover uh, heat transfer vinyl, still with the plastic on. So I've stitched that down, and then I've got some of that Folger seal lid that I have embossed that I was thinking could kind of stick here. Maybe. There. I like it there best. And I'm just going to do a stitch in the middle of that, and I might come back and stitch around it.
I saw a video the other day, and Dana made me think of this, and I just happened to do it. Pull it out right now. Some people do use a muffin tin to hold their beads.
Yes.
And that works pretty well. I like something soft because I want to pick my beads up as I go, because a lot of times I'm working with a needle. But
see, I find them too deep. I find like it's hard for me to get a needle in there to pick up a bead, and it's annoying just to pick it up one at a time and try and do it.
Yeah, but
that's my only thing about muffin tins.
This is, I didn't just do that. But y'all seen it. We could go on replay, but yeah, I just dumped them out. I already poured the beads in there and dumped them out. Anyway, this is the muffin tins from Dollar Tree. And if you twist the tins just right, you can pop these out. Well, the person that I seen doing it did it because then she's got muffin tins for her air fryer. And I thought, oh, okay. I had a couple cheap ones from other things. And I was really pleased. They popped right out. Now I've got these. Of course, they haven't made it to the kitchen because they're containers.
Exactly.
But evidently they're not heavy weight containers, and they're not, I don't know. I guess I have to be smarter than the container.
Yeah, I find if a container is light, I can bounce it all over the table.
Yeah.
And empty it while it's bouncing.
That's why I have went and bought a whole bunch of little pretty dishes, because they're heavy and they're pretty. And I always say girls should have pretty tools.
Oh no, Dana, that's rough when that happens. It's not necessarily a block, it's just like it's almost like you're bored with everything that you do, so you just don't want to do it.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jean, I could use those. What a great idea. You said about the little cups. I have a whole bunch of little hand-painted plant pot bottoms that I could do exactly the same thing with. The problem is they're painted, and if I was doing beads, it would be annoying. Now, do I want to do that? I think so. Yeah, cleaning up stuff I find works too, because then it's like, oh, I haven't played with that in a while, and then you pick it up and you're okay again.
Well, and sometimes just having your work surface brand new, like cleaned brand new, it makes you like, oh, okay, so I got this room. I could really do that project I was thinking of, or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Steph, we're playing junk embroidery today. So Jean is doing kind of the way she does her bead embroideries, and I am doing kind of like I would do an abstract painting. So we're using just stuff we found around the house. Lots of craft supplies, lots of junk, just stuff. So I found scrap heat transfer vinyl because I never did learn the method of putting them down for layouts and reusing them. So I'm just stitching them down onto this fabric, sorta. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't do French knots because I'm putting butts at the end of them anyways, right? Buttons, buttons. I'm going to do this. Just tack it down. So this is just this black packaging stuff. I cut, I would make marks with black markers kind of thing. So I'm going to use this for that. And this is Folger seal, Folger coffee seal that I have embossed, heat vinyl transfer. I've got some metal ring things. So basically I'm stitching down these bigger pieces, and then I will come back and add buttons and sequins and various other things. Okay, Carol, take care. Get some rest.
Bye, Carol. Yeah, my projects always seem to take on something, and then a few more pieces, and then it's something else. And
that's right. I remember your chicken. Was there a chicken in that first bead embroidery that you did? Yeah. It was a chicken. It looked great. So the lady that were inspired by is Jessica Rose Stitch on Instagram. And her name is Jessica Grady, and she is an embroidery artist. She has actually won awards. For her bead, or it's not bead embroidery. She uses trash. It's awesome. It really, really is. Oh, so instead of using buttons, what if, those really thick doodles we did, Jean? Those round doodles, they were pretty thick. You were using them for jewelry. I turned some into buttons.
Yes.
I think I might throw a couple of these on instead of buttons because I have a fair number of those still kicking around.
This would be a good way to get rid of all the little bits that you've tried here and there and don't have a lot of, or you just don't know what else to use them for. That would be something this would be fun for.
It would. It would. Okay. So yeah, those of you who know me, I love doing almost like telephone pole kind of things with a couple of cross. When I doodle, or not necessarily doodle, but when I do do stuff. When I do stuff, I like that. I like those in circles. And you know what? I don't care if it's flat. Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. I know my project's very not colorful for me. I found crap. Look, I have like ball chain. I know. I will be adding color. This is just going to be kind of like the base, and then these still need to be stitched down better. So I'll probably come in with maybe a little couple of sequins. This one I can put a big, maybe like a pom pom or something there. Not necessarily a pom pom, but yeah, she's amazing. So what she does is she makes collections of things. Bottle caps, grout separators, like tile separators for when you're grouting or tiling. I have a bunch somewhere. I was looking for them. Those two are not colorful. I know, it's just really weird that it's not colorful for me. Background. But like I say, this is kind of like a test piece for me, Dana. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to have any problem putting it in the round file. So, but if I do like it, then I'm going to come back in and add a whack load of fun things, fun things. I have other vinyl that's got lots of color, but I didn't want to waste it.
You should always use the stuff you like.
No.
Yes. Are you going to live to be 300?
Maybe.
Well, I hope you have a good time meeting all new friends.
That's something my aunt said. She said, you need to have friends of all ages because all her friends were gone, like the ones that she grew up with, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But she was sure, she was very involved in community, made a lot of new friends, much younger. So she still had friends.
That's good.
That's just, she was a very strange old lady. I loved her to pieces. But yeah, she lived to 101.
Wow. My great grandma lived to 103.
Awesome.
I don't have anybody else on either side of the family that's lived that long, but
yeah,
she sure got sassy when she got older.
Yeah, there's that too. Mind you, she always was kind of sassy. She was a very interesting woman. She had a fetish for kinky men's underwear. Like when she was, when her and her husband were younger, when she was hanging clothes out on the line, the neighbors would talk because her husband's underwear weren't like the tighty whities or boxers or whatever. They were like G-string almost. It just hilarious. And then tiger stripes and leopard spots and yeah. So then when her daughter got married, she started buying her daughter's husband that kind of underwear. Just feisty, just a crazy old bat. Yeah, I'm just stitching these down and then I'm going to come back and do some really colorful stitching and stuff over here.
I like it when I do something I really like.
Excellent. Yeah. That's almost like a little turban hat, like not a turban, but the ladies wore those hats that had
Yeah.
the stripes, and they were almost like a beehive, but a hat.
You
You know
like
what I
the
mean?
green bead, or should I go with a different color?
Oh, that green's kind of
Yeah.
swearing at it.
Yeah. I wanted it kind of big. Let's see what this one looks like. It's okay, but there's a lot of yellow right now. Decisions, decisions. This is supposed to be random. Am I
This is,
making a
I'm
mistake?
more random than you are today, sort of.
What about the orange?
Yes, I like the orange better.
Okay. Let's get.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. Let's not you just yet. So then I've got these things.
I'm really liking this.
Awesome. That's
Even
good.
though I'm fighting the needle, I still really like this. I just want to keep going up, and I don't know why or where that's going to be. But I'm glad I cut that felt ball in half.
Oh, what about no green? Pull a green one. Put something like that. I think I want 3 of those. More over here so I can have 3. Now this is a piece of drawer liner. It's that rubbery. You get it on a roll at the dollar store. Makes great marks on your gel plates. That kind of thing. But I can embroider on this because it's got the holes. So how about if I take a bigger needle like this one and some sort of colorful, more colorful crochet cotton, or I think I'll use crochet cotton. In a brighter color. Or this. Gotta use some of that. Okay. Again, we're making this up as we go along. I'm going to do some little straight stitch kind of stuff, or maybe a chain stitch around this with the orange. But I also have this yarn that I could use. I've got ideas, guys. I've got ideas. We'll put that on the floor over here. Maybe I just even weave back and forth on that.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to get busy and make more shrinky flowers.
Yes.
because I really like that in there.
That's awesome. See, I've got a green plastic bottle from olive oil sitting on my counter. I've got the labels off. I still have a little, it feels not necessarily greasy, but something. Not necessarily sticky, but I want to cut a whole bunch of leaf shapes or circles out of it and add it. You know what actually would be even better? Oh, more ideas. More ideas. The more I go, the more ideas I get. Do you guys work that way too?
Oh yeah.
That you kind of see more and suddenly see more, you know, from Little Shop Horrors. So, uh,
Do you know I've not seen that show all the way through?
really? It's one of our favorites. My daughter and I actually were going to get matching tattoos of Audrey 2 on our forearms, but we did not. Look, I could use this.
You know, and it had Meatloaf in it, which is my very favoriteest artist.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I tried watching it and just couldn't get through it, I guess. You see, I think the black and white still works perfect in this. Oh man, when I hold it up here, I definitely see the owl. Eyes, the beak.
Yeah, yeah. Really kind of like that piece of fabric in there. What does that look like, guys? Odd, strange.
I like it.
And then I want to put these like this. Hmm. Okay. This one, let's make sure it's reasonably straighter. This is, I'd taken a online course on, it was an embroidery slow stitch kind of course. So you would take a piece of fabric and then you would paint it. I think it needs to go over here. This way? Let's go this way. Because it's got the circles on it, right? I like that. Maybe I want the circles to show. We'll go like this. We'll go like that. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I need to kind of tack this down. So I'm just going to run a basting stitch straight to the middle of it. Just to keep it where I want it to be. When you've got paint on fabric, sometimes it's a little hard to get your needle through. So just a heads up on that one. I'm sure you guys have experienced it. Being mixed media artists, I'm sure. Ah, see, and then you pull the needle out and you have to start again. Let's go this way. Working away from me is not working so well.
I need bigger beads.
See, I got lots of big beads. You see two big orange eyes? Two big orange eyes. Are you talking to me or Jean? because that's the only orange I got.
Oh, look, I've already gotten another idea. So I could take, when this is done, some of my fabric beads and where did you go? These big flowers and hang them off.
Oh, yeah.
With other beads for fringe.
Yeah. I don't see it. I have this. It's the only orange I got.
Oh, yes.
Did you talk about my circle? Like, I don't see it. Okay. I like that there. I like that there. I don't see it. Belinda, you'll have to talk to me and tell me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to leave any blank space because I'm filling it up as I go.
Yeah. Belinda, PM me and tell me where the orange eyes are. Please. Unless you're talking about these. Yes? Oh, not on camera. These. You see eyes? You see those as eyes? Oh, Goldie says leave a ton of empty space. That color looks great, Jean.
I'll have to see. I'm not real good at leaving empty space. Even in my doodles.
She's not real good at leaving empty space. She really
I'm definitely not the less is more kind of girl.
Me neither.
And considering as many beads as I have to my name, I could fill 100 hoops probably. Well, I know I have to cover up this little spot. This was one I'd started and didn't like, and so this little spot I glued right there. So I have to, I could kind of come down and we'll see. I finally went bigger, Kim. I got something bigger up there. And that's a big step for me. I like it.
Yeah. It looks good.
I'll come over here and tack it down.
Okay, Steph.
I like white space in my watercolors, and that's about as close to empty space, but I still go back and doodle in black, so.
She does.
Okay, now what? This isn't even going to make it in there. I wish I hadn't stitched it onto this thing because I like this part. I
Yeah.
don't like this part as
Can you
much.
cut it and cut around like the part that you like?
I don't want to. I don't want to cut this up. This will
Okay.
work in my wall hanging.
Okay. Never mind.
But I am going to take these off and see what I can do with it. I can stitch it back together. I've had that stitched together since the first time we even seen the girl's stuff.
Okay. Yeah, Jean loves the texture and the different heights. I'll get to that. Right now, I'm just doing the background. Or so I think.
Well, I don't know what I want to do now. This last few things just popped in. Now they're just like,
I think maybe something really low. I think something really low, Jean. Uh, I buckled it. I pulled it just a little too tight. Who's gonna give? Well, I could just consider that my tacking down stitch too, right? That when I decide to do the embroidery on this, I can take that out. And if I want more orange there, I can put more orange there. We are just tacking down. No, I just have to let it loose. Set it free, set it free, set it free.
I don't have enough stuff.
Oh no. That really bites.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get.
Okay.
I almost got rid of these. Second bead hit the floor.
Why did you get rid? We're gonna get rid of those. They're plastic.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind using the acrylics in my bead embroideries and stuff. Actually, that would probably go better in here than my wooden beads.
I just found a new container for my big beads.
Nice.
Yes, and it's so much prettier than that jar. The jar's pretty, but see, it's a
Oh,
glass
yeah.
or well, it's not glass. It was one of my daughter had makeup holders and had her makeup all on her little vanity. Well, Gavin decided that he wanted to draw with Mama's lipsticks.
Awesome. You trained him well.
Yep, she had to find another place for it. Some of these beads are over 10 years old. When Kennedy was little, I made her bubblegum necklaces.
Nice.
Well, I found a few that'll work. I'm running out of horizontal surfaces, Ken.
I got stuff stacked on the floor around me. You have no idea. I like that. I think this needs to move over just a bit. As I say, I'm just tacking this stuff down and I will come back and do other stuff. As it's going to be like a doodle, right? This is going to be just like a doodle. This junk is going down, and then I'm going to come back and put other stitches and fun stuff on top.
Yep.
I think that's just the way it's going to have to go. And like this stuff here, I'm thinking if I put a seed bead on the center of each of those.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm putting 3 of those down. So as I said, I've got these. They look like the black marks that we would put on any background piece, abstract piece. I have lots more of these green circles, so I'm going to add a couple more of those randomly. And I've got more of this someplace. And as I said, I may come back and add splashes of color on the background, or maybe I'll just leave it and just make sure all the threads I use are really bright. Oh, that's really ugly. These first two look like they were chewed. They don't have to be the same length. Is that too close? It is too close.
So does anybody have any big plans for the weekend?
Anne's doing her daughter's birthday, Feral Artist Group, and I think that's it.
I will probably be packing boxes.
Probably. See, got my scissors again.
I am on the tail end of my boxes, so.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing Feral Artist Group. It is Trash to Treasure, which is exactly what we're doing today, kind of. So I might pull this out and work on it. No, I can't, because this is our Fridays for the month.
So I can't finish this and start another one?
Sure you can. Because we know that that's what's going to happen. We can't just...
Now I'm going to try. But I am going to really get busy and see if I can find more of the things I really like to have in here.
Yeah. Well, these are things I wanted to have. Yeah, and right, there was Defy's auction birthday thing this weekend.
Yeah, they're having a birthday party.
We were supposed to have a family birthday party, but my sister ended up in the hospital. So they didn't come to Winnipeg. Oh, see? Now, maybe that has to go. No. I guess it would have to go over there. Ooh, I don't think I like that. I think I may end up with just two. Because I wanted them on the green. What do you think? Does it look okay with just two? I can always add more of that elsewhere on the thing to tie it in.
Yeah, I think it looks fine.
Okay. Okay. So then, what if I think that's too big. This is what I'm thinking. Let's drag out something more. Looking for those things Jean and I made, those circular, thick button kind of things. And the lady that inspired us also adds paper. So I can add those. Or one of those, or two of those, or something. Something like that. I have a craft latch beside me. Stop that. Get back in the bag. What about something like that in the middle? Is that too busy?
Cool. So I have another elf over here. He's not falling in a hole. He's just hiding his head. But I'm wanting more stuff to kind of.
Yes. Are they a little tight? Is that what you're kind of thinking? Because I see you trying to maneuver them. Do you want them sticking out or kind of flop? Because if
They will flop eventually.
yeah.
Um, no, I'm okay with them sticking out. That was kind of my intentions. It's really hard to take an oval bead and put things on the end and get it to lay down flat.
Right.
But this is my favorite now. These were my favorite, but this is my favorite.
Cool.
And this is getting out of my comfort zone. I don't usually put metal in my bead embroideries.
Yeah. Then I was going to do stitching across in a bright color. What do you think? This one? It's got the orange. It's got the yellow. It's got the black. And it's got this modelly gray stuff. So it picks those all up. I think I want to make more of these. I like these. 6 isn't enough, evidently.
So another good thing that these little pencil things are good for, risers. When you got something you want it to be elevated, like I like this button, but I know this is a handmade glass button and I want it to be a big part. I don't want it flat in there.
Right.
And
You want
so
it raised. Yeah.
yeah, not that I'm going to use it, but if I do, it's going to be down here. It doesn't need, I need to come like outline this maybe and then go with something else. I don't know, but I'm really liking it a whole heck of a lot better than I
Thanks, Belinda.
thought I would.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to my normal bead embroidery. I'm just using, really the only thing I'm using that's unusual is the little bit of lace in these, but and the little glass or plastic thing there. I did want to try something going off of your iron on stuff that you had.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to try cutting some of this plastic, which you can't hardly tell, but it is blue, into strips
Oh.
and see what I can do with this.
How did she do those things with the folded circles? She did a lot just in half, but she also had some that were kind of turned up this way. Those were out of paper though, right? Because they stayed creased.
I don't know. I know she did some with the 4. Like this one right here on mine, I just folded it in 4, so it kind of looks like a fortune cookie.
No. No.
It sort of feels like I'm wasting something when I put a thin thread through a great big hot eye needle. It's like
Really? That's
it feels
weird.
like yeah, it does. It feels really weird. It's like are you cheating or something? Okay.
I'm just auditioning pieces, guys.
Well, this may not work as easy as I thought. I went with the big needle because it was longer, and I think I may regret the long needle or the fat needle because it's a little bit fat.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the knot just pulled right through. Going to a different needle. Dang it, and these are so good and sharp. I think that they just don't make the right needles for me.
No. Wonder if leather needles would work because they're really sharp. Mind you, a lot of times you still have to poke through with an awl or something. You didn't put any paper on yours, did you?
No. I might do one when I do a bigger one with paper, but right now it's just really not something I think I was interested in right at the moment.
Yeah. I figured, might as well use everything I got.
And paper would be the least amount of anything I'd have. I mean, I have paper,
Yeah.
but I don't have paper components. I may have to try that. Sanding my needles a little more pointy. I've sanded my pokey tools more pointy.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this works. Now this needle's thinner, so it seems to be working a little bit better.
Let's put some beads on. I wonder what kind of beads I should put on there. They have to be bright. See, and when I was gathering this stuff for this, I didn't paint anything or I just grabbed. So that's the other reason all my stuff is pretty blah.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Oh, that is. Is that the one like the fold over?
I was thinking about putting it on this way, but I kind of like it this way.
That is very cute. That's what we were gonna. I was gonna do with the some of this black vinyl too.
But I
I get
could
that.
even let it open up a little bit and let it come over it like that or something. Nah, that's not good. I'm going to put this in here somewhere. But I'm going to do it like that, which means I need to trim that better. There we go. Cool. I'm not putting that on yet because I don't need the needle right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fight the threads with that.
Right.
So I don't have a paper bead in here yet.
That's a lovely paper bead.
Thank you. I don't know why yellow beads are the color that's working with this today. It's kind of weird for me. I think that's too much. See, I even thought about taking one of these and just laying it in somewhere and then just stitching rows after
Yeah.
rows.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of doing with some stuff too. Maybe a skewer or those coffee filter things, coffee stir sticks.
Okay, I know my next component. Now what am I going to stitch it down with? Hmm.
Sure. And then I get a knot right in the middle. Hmm. Okay, she did a thing. She did a thing. This the vinyl isn't working for it. But she took like yarn and she wove back and forth through the yarn. And it made this wonderful little ruffle that she added. I think she made a lot of her components prior to.
Yeah.
And we talked about doing that, and it just didn't work for me. Did not work for me. Nope. What else have I got? So I've got this green. And it's a lovely limey green. It's a very, very thin yarn, and it breaks easy.
It's funny. You were talking, pulled out something green, and I just pulled out something green.
So I'm going to try and do that ziggy zaggy kind of thing she did with it. Ooh, this is tedious as all bejeez. She went fast, like just zoom, zoom, zoom. She had it.
It could be she had it sped up.
She also used a different kind of yarn. This is really flat. Like I could probably put this down in stripes and just like it's flat and it breaks. Well, maybe not. But it frays. Like it's like fuzzies around a center core. Yeah. Okay. That one, I think either I will have to do some stitching directly with this. Didn't like the final. I have this pink. This ugly pink stuff. And see, this frays like a bejeez too. I know she heated a lot of the ends. Yeah, to stop that from fraying, I think I would have to put glue on the end.
I'm putting on a rubber ring.
Oh, cool.
I haven't decided if I want to just stitch the whole thing and then put beads and stuff inside or beads over this.
Right. That's kind of what I left this one blank for.
Took a lot of strength to get it to become oval. It most certainly did not want to. I could have done a better oval if I wasn't so close to the edge, but
Right, because you've got that back hoop to
yeah.
contend with.
Part of me wants to just crochet, embroidery all around it and make it a green hoop, but I kind of like the black sticking out too. So
Yeah.
decisions.
I need orange down here. Be something orange. I've got pink.
I'm going to put you center stage. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay, so I've got this shelf liner, drawer liner stuff that I use. Cut off just a little slip, and I'm trying to think if it would look good, like just a gathered loop. And then I could put a bead or something on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch it so that I've got the flaps that I can stitch down. This is where I stab myself. Oh, look, it did nice. See, I don't know how she does all her components, guys. Like, they are absolutely incredible. Okay, so basically, I just wanted this tacked so that I could stitch it down. Open these two bottom sections up, stitch them with beads on them, possibly. Maybe have like a row of them or 3 of them in a row. Maybe over here. Maybe over here. That'd be cute. Just like that over there. Sticking up. It's just going to be something else that's going to get my needles. You know, when you're sewing and you've got stuff sticking up, your thread wraps around the tall stuff that's already
Yeah.
your thing. So I think maybe what I should do is permanently stitch this stuff down the way I want it, and then start adding a little bit more of the taller stuff around so that the other stuff is complete, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to make about 3 or 4 of those. I made these loopy things, Jean, so that I can flare out the bottom and put beads on them at the bottom, but have the loop on top.
Mm-hmm.
So then I could have either something hanging, like a bead dangling in the middle, or I could just have strange loop wart looking things. I don't know. You know, wait a minute. I have an idea. I need a longer length of that. Of course I do. Then we're going to cut that. And I noticed she used hot glue for some of her stuff. Okay.
Well, I didn't notice that.
I do this, and then that down in the middle. It's almost like a little bow, a little plasticky bow thing. Okay, I want to stitch this.
But there's nothing wrong with using a little bit of glue and then coming back and stitching it.
Oh, no, for sure. You know, I just, as I'm playing, I'm seeing possibilities and other ideas.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to go like this, and we're going to go about here. And we're going to stitch it together. Yeah, something dangling in the middle. Thought that was cute, but I also see it like a little bow kind of thing happening here. Okay, so now I want to go just between the two. Open it up. I stitched it together here. I'm going to go through just one layer. And then I'm going to take this and smush it down. Go through the center of that. Oh, it moves. And I didn't leave enough room. That could work just like that. Let's see what happens. Gonna stitch it together. Now, I was thinking that I could make kind of like a little bow, but as soon as you let go, it comes unflat. Unflat, good words. But you see what I mean? That if I had it, that almost looks like a little bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then if I put a bead on in the middle, that could be the knot. He's a big one. You know, part of this is pre-planning your bits, I think. Get a lot of bits put together.
I like this, but I don't like this for this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, sorry, I'm not on screen. Just trying to stitch this plastic conglomeration together. Because I have a vision and we'll see what happens. Okay, so if that was stitched down onto, I need something dark. Let's do this. We'll put it against this. I know that it's, yeah, I think it needs to be glued. A little touch of hot glue. I don't know how well you can see that. Kind of looks like a bow, kind of doesn't look like a bow. Don't think it fits in with what I'm doing because it's kind of froof, and this is kind of like very geometric. Enough of that. Away you go. Another one bites
Well,
the
it's
dust.
kind of like my lace. It doesn't quite fit in, but I'm going to find another spot to put it.
Yeah,
Another piece, so it kind of does. I'm auditioning now.
yeah. That's kind of what I'm doing. I know that I want this here. I poked holes around it so I can stitch it down. I had planned on putting buttons on the end of this. Maybe. Nope. And then doing some solid stitching along that. Maybe I'll stitch that down while I've got needle and thread here. Let's do that. I want it reasonably close to this side, so I'm going to go in there. And I am just going to do a running stitch. That. Trying not to pucker my fabric as I'm doing this. I got a big knot at the back. Nope. Do. Maybe my trash to treasure will be making bits to go on these things, Jean.
Yeah.
I could crochet around some of these metal rings or something. If you know what I mean.
I like this too, but I don't know if I like it here.
Yeah, I think if it was a bigger piece, you know what I mean? I think that's a little large for the daintiness of everything else you have happening.
Yeah.
That it's like a little.
Just trying to put a little more fabric in it.
And did you see that?
Yeah, I think we will try to remember that. Kim will remember better than me. And if we forget Ann, we'll let you remind us. And I will send out a little package of goodies, little stuff that you can add to one. Because I can.
She can.
I had already thought of that, but I hadn't thought of a way to send it out. So that worked out pretty good. Because as I was going through things, I'm like, man, I got a lot of this. I got a lot of that. I don't need a lot of this. I am really, 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 really trying to downsize. I actually now have a spare bedroom.
She does. Between the three of us, we might remember. Very true. I could write it down somewhere.
Yeah, but I'd lose that too. Remember the checkbook thing?
Yeah.
But I did find it.
I'm almost tempted to put a little chalkboard on this wall beside me for things that are important that whoa, Kim. That I really need to sorry, I missed a hole. That's why I'm whoa-woing myself. If I had a chalkboard beside me, that might work. Or even like a clipboard with a note. Like I've got clipboards right there. Do you think I put something on there that I could write notes on? No. But maybe we should start. And then I'll forget it's on the clipboard. Because we know that really well.
See, I have a clipboard sitting right here beside me.
Yeah.
It holds my scrap paper so that I don't have to have it scattered all over the place.
What a great idea.
I can bet for sure I am going to organize this stuff as soon as we get off of here. You know that, right?
Oh, good luck. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to. I just did it exactly in that same spot. I missed that hole again. This next hole. What is wrong with me?
You think maybe it's time for us to call it?
I think maybe. Yeah, clear thing that you attach to your monitor in order to. I've got all kinds of post-it notes on the bottom of my monitor. They've been there for years. Hmm, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, we're gonna do this stitch for sure this time. This one goes down. This one there. Got it.
I do like this little bit of yellow pom-pom edge there.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite enough to go all the way around. I don't want it all the way around. That would look not like the look I want. But
No,
a little bit.
maybe like a third of the way or something. Maybe.
I don't know yet. The edges are going to have something done to them, whether I'm going to stitch around them or somehow or another, I'd like to use the wire to maybe, I don't know. I don't know yet. One of these days, I'm going to do the outside hoop before I do the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I could even paint it.
You could. That would probably be easiest. That way you could pick up under the color.
Yeah. And I really like this little stack of beads. I just don't know that I want to do use 5 of these because I don't have very many.
Yeah.
Isn't that tacky?
No, I know. Jean, why do you think I've got so many Kimbits? I hoard them because I don't want to use them.
Yeah.
The way it rolls. So I'm stitching this down just with a running stitch around the edge. But I'm thinking I'm going to come back with a bright embroidery floss and go from the stitches to the edge of the metal. Almost like one of those fun doodle flower things.
That's the perfect center for that flower.
It is. It really is.
It needs to be on something, though, that's got some color besides, because it's transparent. Let's see what that looks like. No, that doesn't really show. Oh, but not the right color either. I got lots of felt circles. But I think that we might need that, or a big sequin.
Oh, a big sequin would be lovely.
All I know is that, man, I'm going to start loving my shrinky flowers.
Yeah, that's very nice on there. Oh, thanks, Belinda. Yeah, I definitely have to start working on the getting these stitched down the way I want them. Like, I mean, they're tacked down, but now it's time to do the bit of embellishment stuff. Because I find even just running stitch this on over the vinyl, underneath I was getting some pull. You know how you get the pull if you're not, if you pull your threads too tight. So do you think I should use a really bright yellow? Or would that look too sunshiny-ish? Should I what color do you think I should use to do the stitching around? Maybe not. No, I can't use yarn. The hole's not big enough underneath to use yarn.
Here's my little ball of thread. It's a bunch of loose threads, and then I just took some pearl cotton and wrapped around it.
Isn't that lovely? And she's got some that she's got beads on. Like, they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Really like this yellow crochet cotton though. Wonder. But I'm going to have a lot of that orange crochet cotton, I think.
Oh, look, if I finish filling this around up here, I can put this right here and it could be a bouquet.
It could be a bouquet. It's lovely.
But it doesn't cover up that spot, so.
So I'll do some hangy things, like, you know, like hanging down leaves, do just straight embroidery kind of thing.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's too predictable.
This is pink. Maybe I need to do pink. Just this straight cats and all kinds of stuff up there. Instead of using the pink and the metallic, just this. I don't think it's bright enough. Not bright enough! No. What have I got? What have I got? I've got purple. I've got a variegated pink. I've got orange. I've got, what else have I got? I've got this. Oh. What about that? I know I have green right here, but it's far enough away, and there is some red in here. I think we're going to use this. This is a crochet cotton as well, but it's that really fine stuff. I don't use this for crocheting. The eyes just can't handle it anymore. Let's not get too carried away. And then I have to decide what I want to do with these. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put a stitch in the ends and kind of pull it down. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, Belinda, I do hope so.
What are you hoping?
That I'm going to use some of my um, paper beads on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Belinda said, "What's that ball of yarn up left of the big silver thread?"
This? That's the stuff that they were making necklaces and stuff out of. It's got a bit of a metallic in it, and it's all colors. But yeah, they would make 3 or 4 strands of these, tie knots in them, and make a necklace out of them. And they're sold really, really well. I had a girlfriend that made them. And then I found this yarn at the thrift store. And I had to have it because I thought it's wonderful on tassels. That the one you were talking about? Because I don't, that's the only yarn that's up here. Okay, we're going to try that trick at Carol's again. Run it up and down the needle a couple of times, get a fold in it, and put it through the hole. I think the hole's too small. I think I need a larger eyed needle. Right here. Yes, I'm going to be using that on here for some color as well. But that's going to be probably stitched right down, or I might do a loopy thing, a crocheted loopy kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, this is going to go on here. It's got the oranges and the reds and the gold. Just haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. Just don't know. Here I am using red and green.
Uh-oh.
I know. Who am I? We've had
What
this
did you do with
conversation.
Jim?
We've had this conversation. I just want some punchier colors, right? So this is what I'm gonna do.
I did my first actual embroidery on here.
Yay!
I did this yo-yo and then the felt ball. And I, instead of putting a bead on it as a stopper, I did a French knot.
Lovely.
Now it's got that eyeball effect, but hey, it's all right.
Where? Sorta.
I'm thinking I'll do some loopy beads, you know, little bridges.
Yeah,
I think that's what I want to do there. Well, I think I am about done for the day. How about you, Kim?
I can call it a day. Go and make some supper stuff.
It's almost 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, this is all I've got done in 3 hours. This is what I have done. Well, I appreciate
Was it
having
fun?
me. I appreciate you having me, Jean. I appreciate everybody in the audience watching us.
Well, I have had a good time.
Me too, me
Been
too.
a really long time for me to be on
It
my
has.
channel.
It has. Well, I appreciate it. Next Friday, we will be back on my channel, and then the following Friday, we'll be back here.
Are we going to pretty much try for that from now on?
Yeah, we're going to alternate Fridays between my channel and Jean's channel. If that
Awesome.
works for you.
It does.
And then, of course, if either one of us is away, then the other one can just stream or not.
That makes sense. Well, I thank everyone for being here. I appreciate you all. And I hope you weren't extremely bored with our indecisiveness and, messing. So, anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, guys. Take care. See you Sunday. Feral Artist Group, 11 o'clock Central. Trash to Treasure.
Bye.
Bye.